flying from Prestwick, Scotland to Iceland for part 2 of the Atlantic crossing, taking the TBM back to its home base at CYND, Gatineau, Quebec. And as you're going to see, we're going to be heading off land shortly here, and that's why the pilot and co-pilot will always wear a dry suit in case they go down into the ocean if ever we would have a catastrophic engine failure. Alright guys, welcome to the flight deck, and I spared you all the long procedure of the external walk around and the startup and all of that, just because there's a lot of videos out there already on that. So I just want to take a look at how how you can make your flights more enjoyable. What tools can you use? We already know that the HotStart TBM manual is great. It's a great place to start. And then in there, in the resource section, you can actually download the actual TBM manual. And I've compared the performance with the real manual, and it's pretty much on the numbers. So then I wanted to just take a step further, and I decided to get the TBM Performance App. So I just wanted to show you this app here. So here it is. Here's the TBM Performance App. Now it's available as, oops, let's just increase the torque a little bit. That may have been too much. All right. Okay, so basically you enter your trip in here. First I would go to edit, and then I would enter my trip. But I've already got my trip loaded. And then it would present you these 4 screens on the flight performance section. So here's where you have all your weight and balance information. So this is what I took on as fuel. Here you could put what your taxi out fuel is. Actually, I'm more around 10 gallons. What I put in the rear baggage, what I put in the front, etc. So it gives you all that information. Next, on the departure, this was really interesting here. So it first of all, it grabs the latest METAR information, and so yeah, and it'll automatically recommend a runway for you, but you can always change it if you want. So it gives you all the performance information you need for takeoff, basically in a nutshell. I won't go into great lengths with this, but it also gives you your stall in clean configuration or in takeoff configuration, etc. So it's really handy information. Then we have our en route information, which is currently what we're doing right now. So basically I feed it what my cruise altitude is, what we're expecting ISA to be. So I'm expecting a deviation of 10 degrees ISA. And just get the torque up a little bit. There we go. All right. I'm using maximum cruise. I'm not using high bleed. I'm climbing at 170 knots. This would be my descent profile. My average headwind, according to SimBrief, my flight planning software, is 44 knots headwind. And here's the distance. But you can also override it and put, whatever would be identical in SimBrief if you wanted. I'm pretty happy with this number here. IFR flight rules, and what would be my alternate airport. Actually, I forgot to put that in, so give me a second here while I go put in my alternate airport. And we're going to put SimBrief here, and it's BIKF. So BKF, and now we're going to enter. So here's my alternate distance. And then this is going to be all the performance settings at cruise. But before we go there, I just want to show you what this looks like. Put that back. Okay, so now, as we're crossing through 20,000 feet here, I should be at minus 24. That's where I am, minus 21,000 now, 26. So yeah, I'm good, as you can see. So that's the temperature, and basically it's telling me what torque settings I can be expecting and I can use. Like, I could put it at 200, but at 100 I mean, but the problem, like I said, is my joystick doesn't allow me to make too many refined adjustments. So, you see what I mean? If I want to leave it at 100, I can't. There we go. Okay, 99, 100, we're good. So, that's cool here at 170. And of course, as I'm climbing, normally it's above 20,000 feet here. I'm going to put it on a Mach setting actually, so I'm put it at Mach 40.40. There we go. Okay, so what it's telling me, by the time I'm cruising, I should be between 319, 322 knots, and we'll look at it. So fuel to destination, 202 gallons. SimBrief had estimated 206 gallons, so a difference of 4 gallons. And my estimated time en route initially was 3 hours and 6 minutes. Now I'm down, 6 minutes, so 3 hours. And fuel at destination with SimBrief, I had calculated roughly 88 gallons, and it's telling me 90 gallons. So as you can see, it's very, very close. So it's giving me what my range would be with alternate reserve. My fuel on board, I've got 4 hours and 25 minutes. What should be my expected fuel flow at cruise? 64 gallons per hour. So my cruise efficiency is 4.3 nautical miles per gallon. During my climb, it should take me 17 minutes, and it should tell me how much fuel I'm burning. 21 gallons on my climb, 11 on my descent. And this is the oxygen for 2 pilots. So I would have an hour and 29 minutes of oxygen if ever the cabin would depressurize, but of course we would go below 10,000 feet, so that wouldn't be an issue. And that's all that good en route information. And then finally, there's your destination information. Last time I took it was an hour and 33 minutes ago, so it's 34 minutes old. It's telling me that my winds are 090 at 19, outside temperature -4. It's giving me my altimeter, and basically the arrival will be on runway 13, which is 4,035 feet. Long and 140 feet wide. It's a hard surface, and this is with landing flaps what I could expect, but I can also use the takeoff flaps or completely up, and I'm expecting a 15 knot headwind and a 12 knot crosswind. It's a little crazy, so yeah, that's a little crazy for that and that's where you're gonna have to check the manual and see what the maximum demonstrated crosswind of the aircraft is, and I believe we're approaching it. I'll have to check the manual after, and it's giving me my anticipated landing roll would be, or if there's obstacle clearance to do as well, and my safe landing distance available is my own buffer, and that you put that into your settings and your runway remaining, and of course all the speeds. Whether you see here, this would be in landing configuration 1.3 times your stall, so that's your V reference with full flap, V reference with takeoff flaps, and V reference clean. And then for your go around, how many feet per minute at 90 knots in landing configuration you could expect. Now that's important on your initial climb to know, and of course on your approach plate you're going to see what the missed approach climb gradient percentage will be, and for that I use an E6B calculator to calculate, and then you got your climb rate at 124 knots, which is flaps up, and what your density altitude is. So it's a fantastic tool. Well, let's crank up the all right, now I'm full throttle as I'm heading there, and I had anticipated headwinds of 44 knots. Well, let's just see on this leg what I anticipated. So we are at Kleiman, going to STN, Sierra Tango November. So between those two legs, from Kleiman Stornoway. Direct to Stornoway. So let's just see here. We were expecting a headwind of 43 knots, and I should have had like a ground speed of 193. What's my ground speed right now? It's 210. So it was assuming that my top of climb would be later though, so let me just take this as a better indication. So minus 44, 314 should be my true airspeed, and my ground speed should be 270. So we'll just see how things are going here as the aircraft is accelerating, because we're still not at our full true airspeed right now. Alright, so we are at 292 knots. We have a headwind of 26 knots. That brings us to 318 knots true airspeed. We are burning 64 gallons per hour. So that's basically what the TBM app is telling us here, is that we should be between 318 and 320, and we should be burning 64 gallons per hour. So I'm really happy with those numbers. So that's, like I said, it's a very nice tool to have, and then to just double check the performance. And as you can see, I just plugged in the new ISA here, which is -3, which brings us to an outside temperature of about minus 44. I don't know why there's always a 1 degree difference between the X-Plane G1000 and a lot of calculators, but anyway, something I'll have to ask the development team, but it's just 1 degree difference. It's not the end of the world. And that's it. And basically we'll just be doing a fuel check at our next waypoint, which will be in 57.8 nautical miles, so the estimated time in 11 minutes. So what I'll basically do is be doing a fuel check there, and it should be actually better, and we should be doing better in time to our next waypoint. So that was Stornoway here. So basically we shall, when I'm at that waypoint, I should have 1,600 pounds of fuel, and I should have burnt only 400 pounds. And we just need to convert that into gallons. So I'm just going to go ahead and just get a calculator here, and we're just going to go ahead and do 1,600 divided by 6.80, and I should have 235 pounds left at that point, and 400 divided by 6.80 roughly, and I should have about 59 gallons spent by the time I'm at that waypoint. And what I'll do is I'll normally use, go to system fuel here. So as you can see, so far we've expended 53 gallons, but by the time I'm at that next waypoint, I should have spent 59 gallons. So we'll just see if I'm if I'm on those numbers. But that was assuming a 44 knot headwind, so I'm actually doing much better here. So we'll just see if I should have a fuel savings, because I should have a time savings in all of this. And we'll have to recheck our new ETA. Basically, that's how that's what you need to do as a pilot. Just at each waypoint, just check your fuel situation, check everything else, of course, pressurization. So right now, 28,000 feet, the cabin is pressurized at 8,400 feet. So it's a 6.0 PSI differential, which is fine. My left and right tank, if I see that there's too much of a difference, I believe it's 15 gallons is the max, I believe. I'll have to recheck the flight manual, but by memory is the most that these can be different. And what I can do is, right now, where is it? It's on the right, or is it on the left tank? Right now it's on the left tank, so that's fine. So it's just going to take fuel from the left tank, and it's going to even them out.